Hey guys, Dylan here from Iceberg TV. Today we are going to be talking about this video that is absolutely blowing up on my Instagram. This video I posted of the new Venus basket at Maple Hill really stirred things up in the disc golf community. This video's got well over 100,000 views. When I look at it on my phone, this little airplane, like almost 1,000 of you guys have sent this out to your friends and whatnot. And it's got tons of comments. There's even a few touring pros in here giving their opinions. Basically, everyone's saying how much they hate this basket. So just to give you a little bit of the full context, I went on a huge road trip with my dad, the Ice Dad. We went up north. We played the #1 course in Pennsylvania, Failer Lake. We played the #1 course in New York, Wilcox Memorial Park. And we played the #1 course in Massachusetts, Maple Hill. And we also checked out Simon Lazat's and Casey White's new course called Mile Marker 63, which was surprisingly fun. Now, my next 3 videos on this channel are going to likely be the 3 reviews of these 3 courses, and watching these courses on coverage is one thing, but going and playing them for yourself in real life is another. And I'm going to give you guys some really critical recommendations as to which courses you should prioritize playing over others, which are the most fun, which are the most difficult, and which ones are really worth the all of these courses. You have to venture out into places you probably wouldn't historically decide to go on a vacation. So if you want to play these courses, it needs to be like basically the center of your trip. So with that being said, I'm going to give you guys a lot of really important insight, and each video is going to be pretty in-depth as to what I think about these courses, how well they're maintained, the baskets, the layouts. Is it good for new players, experienced players? Is it good for tournaments, the infrastructure? Like, I experienced all of these things at all of these parks. So the next 3 videos are going to be these. But I do want to talk about this disc golf basket here. But let's take a look at the clip, because I'm going to scroll through the comments here, and you're going to see a very stark, consistent opinion. And I don't necessarily agree with everyone's opinion. In this clip, I did not do a good job giving full context. I didn't think this would blow up. I just posted this for like my friends and some of my more like closer followers to like see, because I was curious what they thought. And this thing's kind of blown up.
This right here is apparently a test basket, and I really like the way the disc was hitting the chains, and it's got chains that are more independently hanging here. This is a very interesting design. Comment below what you think about this basket design. I think the cage looks much more narrow for sure, but you're not going to have them go into the cage and then come out like you see sometimes. So overall, I think this is potentially a really cool design.
Yeah, it actually, when the discs hit it, it sucked it in like a spider grabbing a freaking bug.
Yeah, very interesting.
Cool.
That's a very funky basket, but it honestly looks like it would catch really, really well.
Yeah. So this basket is on the Castle Hole at Maple Hill, and we're going to scroll through a bit of the comments here, and then I'm going to give you guys my thoughts. I think you guys are being a little bit hard on this basket, and I think part of it's my fault. I did not give you the full context of why I think this hole specifically was chosen for this basket, because I think that is an important part of the equation that I didn't do a good job making that super clear. So, you know, everyone's saying hard pass. I hate this basket. Nope, that's a no for me, dog. How does it do on a spike hyzer? If you're putting on a spike hyzer, you're not good at putting anyway, probably. So I don't know about that. And like, this hole is so far, you're not acing it. It's almost impossible. So that's part of what I'm going to go over in just a second here. No for me. The bar on the side is a huge obstruction. People judging it before using it like they have any idea. One thing I'll say though is that it looks quite a bit more expensive. This is a good opinion. This guy's an independent thinker, which I respect. Negative, no thanks. Played it last week. Hard no. So anyway, everybody hates it. That's basically the thing. We even have Sully in here. I never want to see this on a course. Like, I commented back. I said, don't be scared. It's not that bad, lol. So he didn't think that was that funny. Didn't like it. Didn't reply. All good, Sully. No big deal. Whatever, dog. Yeah, bad take. Negative. Hell nah. Nope. Everybody hates this thing. Now, the Castle Hole at Maple Hill is basically unreachable. It's unreachable for me. It's unreachable for you. This drive that you saw here was from the red tee. Even most of the touring pros are never getting pin high on this hole. You need to be a 550, 600-foot thrower to even get a birdie look on this hole. And that pole on the back side only comes into play if you go long on the hole. Most players even your favorite touring pros are not reaching this hole. And the trees are growing bigger on the right side of the fairway. It's even harder to reach, more so now than ever. This hole that you see on the back side of the basket is only going to come into play for the farthest throwers in the world when it comes to getting a birdie. Nobody is really getting behind the basket. And that's why I think this basket on this hole makes a lot of sense. And if you get most of the way up the fairway, but you don't have a putt, if you're a player in the Disc Golf Pro Tour playoffs, you should have the ability to lay up on the front, the right, or the left side of the basket for par. And that should not be an issue for anybody who's playing the event this year. So you're not going to see everyone driving long of the basket and then having to do a straddle from inside the circle because the pole is in the way. That's only going to happen to Simon, Barella, Garrett Gurthie if he makes the playoffs. I'm not sure where he stands this year. Harry Chase can get up there, and a couple other guys can get up there. Most people are not getting up there, and that's why I think the Venus basket on this hole is a great place to test it out, and I actually think it would be a huge mistake to remove this before the Open at Maple Hill, or whatever they're calling it this year, the MVP Open. I think it would be a huge mistake to take this out. I think we should let it play out. Let's see what the pros think after they play on it, because what makes this hole worth it to me is you can have a chain running down the middle. As you see here, there's a chain that runs all the way to the ground, and we have the Venus Basket website here. Let's look at how, instead of a pole down the middle, look at how a chain down the middle affects the putt.
Go.
Harder.
When we putted on this basket, again, I didn't film all the putts we did on this basket. This thing is a better design than the one they even have on the website. You can see the chains extend much farther down. And when you're putting on this basket, like, your disc has no amount of like deviation. It is hitting those chains, it's getting slowed down, and it's falling into the cage. We putted on this thing for a while, and I just didn't film it because I didn't think this was going to blow up as much as it did. This thing is not going to spit out your putts. And if you hit like the top links, maybe it could not go in. But any putt that was hitting like dead center was never coming out. If you putt and you hit the middle, it's not coming out. And I was even putting from way below the basket, which tends to have more spit outs than other angles. And I mean, I was not worried at all that my discs were going to come out. So I really hope they leave this basket in. And even though the disc golf community, like, no, just no, I hate it, no, just no, what the hell even is that? This guy said love it. So this guy's kind of a wild card. I respect that. Dead center spit out today, question mark? No. You're not getting a dead center spit on this basket. I really don't think so. So I do want to shout out the Venus Basket for just trying new things, and I really do respect companies that are willing to take the risks, try new things. We don't have a lot of companies in disc golf that are taking risks. Companies like NSH Custom Discs that 3D prints all their discs. It's not the future of disc golf right now, but will it be down the road? Probably not, but maybe, and we won't know unless people do it. Is this design the future of disc golf baskets and course design? Probably not, but we don't know unless we see how it plays out. Supersonic discs, concave edge winged discs for beginners. Is this going to change disc golf forever? Maybe, maybe not. But we don't know unless we try new things. And I just respect that Maple Hill threw this in here. I respect Venus for trying new things. And before you go and have a catastrophic meltdown about a disc golf basket on a course most of you guys will never play, I think this is good for disc golf to leave this in for the MVP Open. And if you guys disagree with me, that's okay. I'd love to hear why in the comments down below. Just to close things out for today, let me know what you guys think about this. Course reviews, Failure Lake. I played it. It's epic. It's amazing. I'm going to give you guys a really good review of the property, the course, everything. What's it like to actually be here and play here. I'm going to do the same thing for Wilcox and for Maple Hill. So please subscribe to the channel, and if you want to support me and my sponsors, discgolfdealsusa.com/icebergtv. That'll get you 10% off on all brands, including MVP and Axiom. bergsdiscsports.com. You can use my code at checkout to save 20% on the #1 disc golf bag in the world, the V4. Stay humble, live with gratitude. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and take care.